Hello YouTube, yes, I want to show you guys that yes, I am alive. I'm just, as I said before, I put in announcements. I am busy with school right now, so my activity is a little decreased. It has been for a little while, shamefully. But first I want to say thank you guys for allowing me to reach 1,000 subscribers. So thank you. I think I have like a 2 million plus views for my channel altogether. So really thank you. And I'm definitely gonna work hard to get some material out there, even if it's a little bit at a time. I will get some out there, and I'm starting with this. I finally got to reading more Godzilla comic books in the meantime, and today I am reviewing Godzilla Cataclysm, a very interesting book. And I was able to borrow it from a friend, so I borrowed all 5 issues. So I read the entire thing, and I'm about to tell you my thoughts on it. The basic story is that humanity gets utterly wiped out by a monster war, and yeah, humanity basically is brought to the brink. Like only a tiny percentage of humanity is even left, and then from there, the monsters for whatever reason seem to disappear. They seem to leave, and then so what's the remainder of humanity is struggling to survive in this post-apocalyptic world that they are now forced to live in. And then from there, it's a ticking time bomb to see if the monsters come back, and if they do, what the hell are they going to do about it? Because before, and a lot of other series and the movies, of course, when monsters come about, we have all kinds of technology to fight them. We have Mechagodzilla, and we have Japanese self-defense force with all their jets and tanks, however ineffective they may be. But this time, they really don't have anything to stop the monsters from trampling all over them. And the role the monsters play in this is that's what makes it interesting. Even though it's a very short book, which I am just a little that's my disappointment with this whole thing. It's a little short, but a lot of the things they make for Godzilla these days are kind of short, comic-wise, except for Rulers of Earth, which I'm ashamed I haven't read yet. I know it's going on like 20 plus issues. I'm definitely gonna review that one next. I'll probably buy it in its entirety, probably as a compendium. I don't like getting, like I said, individual issues. But I hear it's ending soon, so I can just buy all of them and just boom, 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 boom. But anyways, this one basically very dark and grisly story, and that's what makes it a very good one. And like I said, the role the monsters play in it, as they're commonly referred to many times as gods, although some characters don't see it that way. Most of them look at them as gods, and it's the things that happen make it very interesting, the way they look at the monsters. It hasn't really been done too often. It's interesting. There's a part in the story, say they prayed to King Ghidorah to bring the rain, and they prayed to Ebra for good luck at fishing, and they prayed to Mothra for good fortune. And then Biollante is a life giver, and Godzilla is like just the god of anger and destruction, and Destroyer is just a straight up demon. And it makes it interesting, makes the Godzilla characters very mythological, which usually they do sometimes. They focus on that kind of tone, but usually it's a lot more straight up science fiction. They'll tell you, oh, this monster came from here, and all this stuff, and it's a mutation. But here they don't do any of that. It's just the monsters are gods, are pissed off, and we have felt their wrath for way too long now. And the humans, although once again they don't go too deep into them, they do get very involved with the monster action, and overall their decisions do affect the whole outcome of the story, which is what makes it a very good read. That's at the heart of any really good Godzilla, any kaiju flick, or story game in general. I don't know about games, I haven't played many Godzilla games, honestly, but as far as books and movies go, those are the best, when you manage to balance out the monsters and human interaction, make sure one affects the other. Not just monsters affecting humans, but humans affecting the monsters. That's when you get a good story. And so with that said, it's very involving. Now, to the monsters, a whole lot of monsters appear in here. And some of them are very brief, some of them are the major players. If I had to say the major characters, I would definitely say Godzilla, Mothra, Biollante, and Destroyer are probably the major characters in this, but there are a few others that appear, like Kamacuras and Megaguirus. Kamacuras is pretty much Godzilla Final Wars version, so he looks pretty good. All the monsters look really good. Mothra definitely 2003. Godzilla definitely looks a little bit different, but it's definitely the 2003 version. some of the cover art even has the similar chest scar from Godzilla Tokyo SOS. And it'd be crazy to think they were connected. No, I'm pretty sure they're not, but it's just interesting that they added that. And yeah, all the monsters look good. Also, very interesting to see the GMK King Ghidorah in this. Very interesting because Half Century War had the more traditional Heisei looking King Ghidorah, which I like. I actually prefer that look, but I like the GMK look too. So it was interesting to see that in here. And monsters like Anguirus, of course, and Abra make brief appearances in there. Look at their Final Wars incarnations. I mean, the art in this one is incredibly good. I like it a lot. And making battles pretty dynamic, to say the least. And it's pretty grisly at times, both on the humans and the monsters. I mean, the battles are intense, and there's a lot of people die in the meantime before this finally all gets resolved. And I definitely want to spoil it because it's a good story. I like the themes behind it. It's very interesting. Makes you think. And for another comic book, what more can you ask for? So yeah, I highly recommend Godzilla Cataclysm. Definitely check it out. It is a very good read. And if you're a Godzilla fan, then this is the way to get started. I mean, this is a pretty simple comic book to get into. And then, well, there you have it. Kaiju fans, I'll definitely be back doing more reviews. I'll definitely get more in my Godzilla dissection. I know I've only 2 movies in out of the 30 that need to get done, but trust me, it will get done. And more reviews and hopefully more scores will be posted as well. So for now, Josh signing out.